for joining us this evening. In a world where the roaring 20s dominated the scene, a colorful array of writers and thinkers emerged. However, the most dynamic of them all was a man of great recognition. This is the story of William Faulkner.
Throughout Faulkner's early writing career, his name was, it was Faulkner, but there was no U. The U was actually introduced, well, let's just say there's conspiracies. Some people say a man on the typewriter, he wrote the U, and Faulkner said, it doesn't matter to me. Another story says, he just wanted to be different.
So, Faulkner was born in 1897, and he was primarily unknown until he won the Nobel Prize in 1949. And most of Faulkner's work are set in this native setting in Mississippi where he was born. And his life is basically what he reflects. What you can see in all of his works is his life as a man, as a poor man. He had financial problems throughout his life, and he obviously was born in a racist society, and he basically just worked for money, and all that portrayed was the difference between the different classes of the society in the 1920s.
You know, the world wouldn't even enjoy William Faulkner if it wasn't for his grandfather, the great William Faulkner Sr. Actually, he was the stardom of the literary trend in the Faulkner family, I guess you could say. And it all goes back to the themes in his novels, you know, his life, you know, the plight of farmers, slaves, militarism, okay?
Faulkner did accomplish what he did, contrary to his drinking problems. He did have serious drinking problems during his life. Contrary to popular belief, he wasn't the type of guy who thought, okay, if I drink right now, that'll help renew my creative process, that'll help me write better. He wasn't that type of guy. He just had severe financial problems, and he thought that drinking might help get him out of that. And he also, this is an interesting fact, he actually had 2 extramarital affairs.
Faulkner actually, he tried to enlist in the U.S. Army. Turns out he was too short, 5'5". Okay, so he took another route. He decided to go to the Air Force.
In the Southern Gothic era, the post office really tends to idolize these men such as Tennessee Williams, William Faulkner. In fact, on August 3rd, 1987, the Post Office of the United States, the Postal Service of the United States, issued a 22-cent postage stamp in honor of Faulkner.
You're probably tempted. You think I'm going to actually play a song. Fact is, I haven't even played in about a year. But I did want to tell you that Faulkner actually, he earned 2 Pulitzer Prizes, and the books were actually, they weren't his best known, so that's a pretty big achievement.
The 1940s was when Faulkner got invited into Hollywood. Howard Hawks was the guy who actually introduced Faulkner into Hollywood and into becoming a screenwriter. He accepted gladly because he had financial problems and Hollywood paid well.
He was a great guy, come to think of it. You learn already that he was a poor boy growing up. He always wrote for money. Well, once he gained the recognition he so much deserved, he donated all that money to scholarships to help educate African Americans, to help basically people in lesser situations. I guess he could identify with them, and that's probably why he had such a big heart.
So as we conclude this evening's edition of the life in the 1920s, I hope you've learned a great deal about William Faulkner. Thank you for watching.